That's a good moment. I mean, I think for me, not that I was that invested, but I never like Britney being free.
Well, I'm terrible. Your audience will come for me. I didn't even believe the Free Britney movement. I thought it was a bunch of crazy fans that were just so over the top. I was like, oh, fuck this.
In the
Jamie
beginning,
Spears.
right?
Yes. Well, I say this to people because people have come for me in my DMs over this and on my TikTok. But I say to people, Britney came out herself during this conservatorship. You guys probably all remember about a year ago and was like, I'm fine. Like, it's all good. Now, of course, we know she was brainwashed. She was afraid of her, but I believed her. So people don't like me.
I just thought it was never going to happen. I was like, this is just like, why do we have this? Because she'll never be free. Like because the laws are so harsh. I mean, I've talked about it with lawyers on here before. So I just was like, I was just shocked. Like, how did this really happen? Like, I'm just shocked it actually happened because I never thought it would. So that maybe was like a top one. I mean, as far as, that was a top one.
I think that was really good. Well, recently, there's so many for me, but recently the Sex and the City reboot. Are you watching?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm watching, but I was never really a huge, like, I'm not a diehard.
Yeah.
I'm not a diehard. It just was at this period in my life when I was more just, I wasn't like, I was so busy.
Yeah.
That I just skipped it. And then I was like, well, yes, I get it, everybody. This is a David show. I would have loved this show. I would be obsessed. I would be just as obsessed as I am with. I just was ready and it was too late. And I'm like, why am I forcing myself to now start and go back and watch how many seasons? And like,
I know,
really
so many.
pay attention. So I'm watching. I do have to say I have someone coming up from Sex and the City and just like that. Yeah.
Oh, I bet it's big. I bet it's Cynthia Nixon.
It's someone really good,
Ooh.
I mean, it's someone pretty decent.
I mean, look, this is another moment for me. I'm very proud of women over 50. They're all over 50. They're doing their thing. I don't find the reboot to be particularly good.
It's gotten horrible. It's gotten panned.
But I give them incredible credit. And Kristen Davis just did an interview and she said, I'm tired of people commenting on the way I look. I understand that. I feel like to me, that's just part of Hollywood. And I feel like it happens to men, right? We talk about Tom Cruise's looks and Mickey Rourke and Sylvester Stallone.
What are people saying about her?
Well, they're saying her facelift was bad. They're saying that, Sarah Jessica Parker's another one, showing gray hair. Cynthia Nixon shows gray hair. She's aging on camera. People have a problem with that. But to me, they do that with men too. Like, I think women like to, my thing is always ageism. And sorry, you probably hear my son crying in the background.
No,
I have to
I did, but in mine, you hear things. No, you'll go. I was like, look, it's almost been an hour.
No, it's fine. So I think ageism is the last frontier where it's fine to make fun of. We know like sexuality. I mean, you and I are like,
I don't know why. I mean, ageism bothers me more than almost anything.
Really?
It's the last
frontier of you can say what you want about people's age. So she's very much an advocate for not talking about women's appearance. To me, I think it goes with the territory. And again, I think we do it with men all the time. I mean, how many jokes are there now about Mickey Rourke's face? I mean, so many, it's like, anyhow, but she also basically says to people, look, I don't give a shit about your criticism. Like, you write it, you go write it better. Tell me that you could. And I'm like, okay, fair point. I understand that. But I just do think, I don't know. I don't think it's very good. And I think that's disappointing because I'm not sure if it's a show that just can't hold up over time. You know what I mean?
I do. I mean, that's the thing. Look, we've had lots of other reboots, Melrose Place, 90210. I'm not even saying like the new, they don't always say, I don't know. I mean, I guess Saved by the Bell is doing well. It's back for its second season, but it's not what it used to be.
Fuller House was terrible. I mean, it's very hard. Very few of them.
I liked Fuller House.
You did? You did?
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was really good. But what was it on like Freeform or whatever children's channel? Not really children's, but yeah, no, I liked it. What else? Anything like we will wrap up in like a minute. Like what else? Anything else stand out? Like
Okay, well, he didn't stand out to me at the time, but I recently watched on HBO the documentary of DMX, and I grew up, you too, I'm sure, in the early like 2000s or the early aughts, David, as everybody says, the early
Is that
aughts.
what they say? Okay.
Yeah. So,
I
you know,
mean,
I grew up with DMX. I love that music. I never really thought about him. Anyway, the documentary is on HBO, and it's like the life of DMX. Anyway, it's very tragic, like what he went through as a child, and then I think to see him have such fame. I think he fathered something like 14 children, and then like the repercussions of kind of being like a father that was absent. It's very good, and also I'm really obsessed with early like 2000 celebrities because I just don't think people are going to have that fame anymore like they used to, you know?
really?
No, I mean, I think, you have people that are famous like Addison Rae. You still have like Brad Pitt, but I don't think you have people like, I don't know, the days when people were like hiding in laundry baskets to get into NSYNC's like,
Same with
dressing
the
room.
90210, like Jason Priestley and like Luke and all
Like,
that.
I
Like,
don't, I don't think you're going to have you do if like these people do like a makeup drop, like if Jeffree Star does a makeup drop at Sephora, like yes, thousands of people will show up
right,
or
like
Kim
Kim
Kardashian, but
Kardashian Skims. Yeah, like that was like you had to line up for like a month,
it's
basically.
just different. It's a
I
different
get
type of
it.
celebrity.
I think it's just so overexposed. And like I
Yeah.
have to say, I can honestly say this from doing this show for 2 full years now, my complete like existence and relationship to quote unquote celebrities is completely changed. Like
Yeah, they're so much more approachable now.
it's like nothing. Yes, I got really nervous when I met Cher 4 times. I would get really nervous again. There's a very few, but it's not like but other than that, it's like everybody, even like when I do like a big interview, it's like I'm nervous because I'm like, I need to be prepared for this interview and I may never speak to this person again. And I better just ask
Yeah.
everything that needs, but I don't, it's like, I really don't put anybody on a pedestal. It's really, they're all just people. Before I hit record and say, this is David from behind, you have this small talk and they're just like us, which I know everyone could say that, but then you see like comments and like, oh my God, like you're this. I just don't have that in me anymore. So I think
Yeah,
you're
I'm
right.
with you.
Maybe the world has changed a little bit of how
It
we
it
like handle
has.
celebrities.
It has. I mean, yeah. Anyway, David, I
Well,
love you.
listen, next year I will get into the royals for you, Sarah.
Okay.
Everyone check out the Housewives of the North Pole. It's very cute. Tell me how you think our girl Kyle did. Kyle's an actress, Sarah. She's an actress.
I love her.
Go and read the Variety article. But let's talk about, we're going to go, but like you got to plug your podcast, Sarah Fraser Show. Everyone, it's a good podcast. You got to listen. And I've been on it twice or 3 times. I
Yes,
think twice.
twice. And we did a Patreon together. So you can listen to the Sarah Fraser Show, all the same places you find David, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I put out new episodes every Monday and Wednesday. And you can also follow me on TikTok. I do all kinds of celebrity and pop culture hot takes, the Sarah Fraser Show. I love it. David, thank you for having me.
In your spare time, I need to hire you to do TikTok. Like you got to teach me TikTok.
Anytime, honey. It's so easy. And
Somebody's got to come here and like get on my payroll and just do my TikTok. Does anyone want to? Because I'm not doing it. I like popping off though.